All right, get your little notepad ready because class is in session. There are so many cool things out there. You can create a really, really beautiful home that looks really high-end and elevated without spending a lot of money. So in today's video, I'm gonna share with you the top 10 things that I think you should be thrifting for your home right now. All right, I got my little list with me because I was about to go ham on this thing and I had to cut it short at 10 things because there are really so many things that you should be thrifting. But number one are lamps. These two killer bedside lamps I bought secondhand and they're so weird and cool. Buying brand new lamps for your home is extremely expensive if you're looking online. So I definitely recommend checking out Facebook Marketplace, all of your thrift stores like Goodwill, Salvation Army, estate sales, garage sales. When people are moving, sometimes they just kind of get rid of everything. So you can snag some really great unique pieces for your home. I got this really cool, I think it's like 1920s, big pole lamp at an estate sale over the fall. My mom got this really neat old white onyx carved lamp for me that we have in our dining room at an auction. The weirder, the better for me. And you can really find some cool ones out there if you take your time looking. Ooh, let's talk about linens. I love a good linen, and I especially love old linens, antique linens like crochet and bobbin work and what is that called, like the pulled threads. There's so many beautiful linens out there that I feel like are really a lost art because most people my age, we don't know how to crochet. We don't know how to do these things anymore. I'm just speaking for myself, but they really are a lost art. And so when I see these beautiful linens and textiles at estate sales and the church rummage sales, I love to snap them up because I feel like I'm saving part of history. I especially love runners because they work really, really well if you're placing them underneath the TV. You can kind of protect your service that way on top of a dresser or a small table, and of course down the middle of your dining room table. They're so beautiful. Finding placemats is super easy to do at thrift stores. Every time I'm at Goodwill, I feel like I see an entire set of really gorgeous placemats. So thrift shopping linens, super easy to do, and most of the time you don't have to spend much, especially if you're looking for that at garage and estate sales. Come to think of it, even our bed was thrifted, but not our mattress. Don't worry. This portion of the video is kindly sponsored by Lowell. After so many years, Pete and I have finally decided to upgrade our old mattress, and it is making a world of difference. We decided on the Lowell Luxe Hybrid, and it's awesome because it was delivered right to the front door, and the setup process is not only easy, but it's also super fun. Basically, the entire mattress is shrink wrapped into this box, so once you place it on top of your bed, you cut that plastic loose and the mattress itself starts to take shape. It's pretty fun to watch. We decided on the Lowell Luxe Hybrid, and it's a really awesome combo because it has a coil system, so it's like super supportive, but you also get that really comfy, squishy memory foam to it. I gotta tell you, compared to our old mattress, this one is a lot more breathable and cooling. We had like an old memory foam one before, and we both slept really hot in it, so this one's been a lot more comfortable for us. Pete was asking me, he's like, you know, what if we don't like this mattress? You ordered it online, we never sat on it and touched it or anything. Like, what if we get it and we don't like it? Well, the cool thing about Lowell is they have a 365-night stress-free trial. So that means if you don't like it, you can send it back. They have free shipping and easy returns and a lifetime warranty. If you want to check out Lowell, you can get up to $700 off with my link. I've also placed it down in the description box for you. This has been a huge upgrade for us because we had our old mattress, I think, for like 10 years. So it's nice to finally have something that is soft, but it's still somewhat firm and supportive, but we've been loving it so far. But because I have like new linens on my bed, I still like to add a little bit of touch of antique romanticism. But I always love to look for linens, of course, at estate sales especially. That's where you could find really great ones. But this is just an antique, really beautiful embroidered fringe shawl. I love using things like this, just kind of tossed, like literally no effort. That's my favorite kind of decorating. Throw these things just on the end of the bed and walk away. Simple, no effort elegance. How to be elegant without even trying. that. It is garden season, so you know I'm about to talk about plants. These two really beautiful planters that came from a garage sale. I got them for 10 bucks years ago. They're kind of cool because they look like they are rusty, like a rusty old metal, but they're some sort of a resin composite material and they're really lightweight and easy to move. The bases of them, okay, I got a little bit creative on these. I got them at Goodwill years ago, and then we put this little platform of plywood on top and it really elevated them and made them kind of look like those cool French planters that are super expensive, but this whole situation was entirely thrifted. I think each thing was like 20 bucks. So that was so exciting to kind of put something together that was super unique and not spend a bunch of money. Let's talk about glassware because it is so easy to find. Oh my gosh, Goodwill is absolutely loaded with stemware, beautiful dishes, and servingware. There are so many different fun patterns and designs, and I feel like this is a place in people's lives where they kind of change their mind a lot, or maybe get something that is seasonal and they only use it for a couple of seasons, and just change your mind and donate it so you can find some beautiful patterns that are kind of like odd and unique and cool colors. So it's a really fun opportunity to be able to kind of change your vibe, or if you have a special event that you're decorating for. For our wedding, we even used secondhand dishes, which was really fun, and I had beautiful antique milk glass vases on all of the tables for the flower arrangements. So we actually thrifted a lot of things for our wedding when we got married way back in the day. But you can find some really, really cool pieces out there. And I know that's something that my mom and I love looking for too, is like really odd glasses and stemware. I can't resist like a really beautiful goblet. One of the very first glassware pieces I really got into are these cool Madonna in goblets. I went to Goodwill, and I hate telling this story because it's like, you know that saying, nothing haunts you like the antique you didn't buy. Yeah, that's the one. So I was at Goodwill and they had an entire shelf, and by entire shelf, I think there were like 30 of these, of the Madonna in goblets. And this is an iconic, you have to Google this place, it's so cool. It's an iconic hotel along the California coast. It's so beautiful. I want to see that place in person someday. But at the restaurant, they have all of these beautiful goblets. So if you order a glass of wine, and I think like even your water comes in these, this place is so fancy, but they had these beautiful thick goblets at Goodwill for $2.99, and I did get a small set. I think I have like 6 of them, and then over the years I've been kind of collecting different colors because, you know, it's like once you start you can't stop. That's kind of the thing about thrifting. But these goblets are just so cool. So that was kind of the kickoff for me for glassware. And now I know that like really cool pieces are out there, because these goblets I got for $2.99, retail for like, I think $30 or $35 on the Madonna Inn website. So I was like, oh, okay, you can thrift like name brand glassware. Okay, I'm looking now. I'm looking. You should definitely be thrifting your side tables in your home, like end tables for your bed, side tables next to your couch, plant stands. All of these things are always out there, and thrifting should be your first resort, always. Okay, remember this. You should always be looking on Facebook Marketplace. You should always be going to Goodwill, and you should always be going to the garage sales before you're buying retail, okay? But I love looking for like really weird end tables. If you've been a subscriber of mine for a while, you've known that I found some really weird ones out there. And these bedside tables are some of my favorites that I've ever gotten at auction. They're really cool. They have gorgeous kind of like French bowels that are all hand painted on there. And they have these creepy little cherub babies. They aren't like the adorable kind that I usually like. They're like a little bit odd looking because their eyes are kind of weird, but I still love them. But these kinds of things are what I like looking for secondhand, and they're also really wonderful things if you are a reseller at flea markets or antique malls. I had an antique booth for years, and I also used to sell at those vintage flea markets, and small things like end tables and little side tables always sell really great if you want to get into reselling furniture. Anything that people can carry, they're pretty much going to carry out of your space and buy it. So just remember that little tip. Can't forget the artwork, darling. I think I only have like 1 or 2 brand new artwork pieces in our entire house. Thrifting oil paintings has become more and more difficult over the years, but if you're persistent at it, you can find some incredible vintage oils and also antique picture frames. All of the ones in our home have either come from auctions or estate sales, and I love collecting especially florals and like beautiful nudes around the house. I have a small little collection in our bedroom here of just some small little botanicals that are in really gorgeous antique frames. And then up our hallway, of course, where that antelope runner is, I wanted to do more of a Pacific Northwest type of vibe in there. So I've really taken my time to find unique oils that kind of complement each other. So I went with more of like nature looks and wildlife in there. And then in our living room, I don't know anybody else that has a giant nude lady painting in their living room. It's so funny. I love this painting. It's so beautiful and ethereal. It just really, really spoke to me. I got this on eBay. Don't forget about looking on eBay for your thrift shopping. But I got it on eBay a couple years ago. I think I paid like $80 for it, and I hung this on a curtain rod. So if you ever find loose canvases, or maybe you have even just a beautiful poster that you love, if you use one of those curtain rod dowels with the little clips, it can totally elevate your thrifted artwork and make it look very expensive on a dime. You wouldn't believe how I dropped everything for this set. So let's talk patio furniture. Outdoor patio furniture can be so expensive if you're looking online like traditional retail shopping, but it's one of the best ways that you can save money for your home is buying these kinds of things secondhand. I especially recommend getting metal or old iron furniture because you can throw on a quick coat of paint with some little spray rattle can here and have it look like brand new again just by throwing on some new cushions and fresh paint. But this beautiful set was my dream set, and it was a little bit of a drive away from our house, but nothing was gonna stop me from me and the beautiful peacock set. But it was pretty rusty when we first got it. We did have this powder coated, which is a really cool way to do something if you know that you're gonna keep it a long time, but using like Rust-Oleum spray paint and, like I said, just giving things a quick coat of paint can make them look good as new again. And if you already have these pieces existing in your home, if you want to kind of breathe some new life into them, spray paint them a different color or try changing out the cushions. Oh, I'm giggling at this one because every time I go yard sailing with my mom, everyone always bets that either we're going to get or I'm gonna get a vase, a mirror, and my mom's gonna get dog toys for Sherman. But one of the things that you should be thrifting for your home, and I really don't think there's any reason to buy one of these brand new, is a vase. Oh my gosh, you guys. Vases are everywhere, and I feel like when people get bouquets that are sent to them, people end up donating the vases, and there's some really, really beautiful ones out there. I especially love my weird frog vases. These are a fun collection of mine that I've been looking out for over the years. I like finding things that are really odd and different that you don't see over and over again in other people's homes. And so figural vases and beautiful hand painted ones, or ones with roses, or ones that really speak to me. And they're also a really great way to kind of tap into a trend without spending a lot of money. Like right now in home design, I'm seeing a lot of cottagecore, a lot of sage greens and wickery things mixed in with porcelains and ceramics. So you're mixing like a texture and something natural mixed with something a little, I don't know what to say, like uptight, I guess, an uptight porcelain thing and a laid back wicker thing. They marry really, really well together. I guess my outfit's kind of like that today, right? So I have on like kind of a fancy necklace, and then I wore this like raffia natural belt, but they balance and kind of complement each other. And that's a fun little trick in design where you can take something that might be a bit traditional and kind of like an uptight thing that people are kind of scared about, I guess. Like I find that people are really afraid to be around antiques, and sometimes it makes people not feel comfortable in your home. But if you can find ways to mix in different texture and make each item a little more livable by adding in more laid back pieces like comfy knit throws, squishy pillows, wicker and rattan, they make these older like antiques feel a little more modern, I guess. Every single mirror in our home is thrifted, and these are so fun to look for in your home, and I feel like they're actually easier to thrift than good artwork. So if you find yourself in a mirror frenzy, you can blame me for that one, because oh my gosh, vintage and antique mirrors that are out that I've seen at these estate sales will just blow your mind. And I am out of wall space, so I had to stop, so that means more for you out there. But one of my very, very favorite mirrors that I got in our home is down in our dining room, and if you are a subscriber, you know the one I'm talking about. But if you haven't subscribed, girl, click that button right now, because I do all kinds of videos on thrift shopping and garage sale shopping and how to decorate pretty much on a dime. But this mirror is absolutely beautiful, and it's one of the heaviest mirrors that I've ever found as well. But we went to a neighborhood-wide garage sale, and this mirror was sitting on the floor in the garage, and I have never been so nervous in my life, except for when I was like around this mirror on the floor, because there were all these people picking things up, and it was this hustle and bustle of a garage sale, and I was so afraid that somebody was gonna kick off that beautiful crusted crown at the top. But she made it safely home to me. Pete and I unloaded it, and we got it hung in our dining room, and it just looks magical in there. But in each room in our house, I think I have a mirror in there, but they're all beautiful in their own way, you know? One of the other beautiful mirrors that I have in the dining room is this really gorgeous bronze. I didn't know it was bronze until one of my friends pointed that out to me, and they're like, I think you really have something there. This one was a little bit of a splurge given its size. I think I paid $150 for this one. Someone came into the antique mall I worked at the time and sold it to me. It's bronze and it's really beautiful, and they can actually be quite valuable too. I still have to do a little research to see exactly where this one is from, but it's so unique and cool. But looking for mirrors is so simple to do. Like I said, I recommend looking on Facebook Marketplace a lot. If you're not somebody that goes like out into the wild thrifting, you kind of like it to do it from the comfort of your own home. Facebook Marketplace has a really great algorithm. So for instance, if you're on there and you're looking for a queen size bed, you know, you'll type that into the search engine, or you're looking for a porcelain lamp, type that in the search engine, and then the algorithm remembers all of the things that you look for. It's kind of scary, but kind of cool at the same time, because next time you find yourself on Facebook Marketplace, the pictures will start showing you, and all the listings will show you the things that you're looking for. So it actually saves you a lot of time. And be really specific when you're using that search too, because it helps the little guys out over there at Facebook. All right, please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel now, because I have my garden tour video coming up really soon. So I don't want to give away too much of what's going on in the garden right now, but I do want to talk about plants, because this is one part of the thrifting world I feel like kind of gets bypassed a lot. But here in our garden, most of my plants actually were secondhand plants, which is kind of a funny thing to say. But when you're going to moving sales or estate sales, a lot of the times people will have plants in planters outside of the house along the patio, and you can find them for sale already with a plant in it. And that's actually how I scored a lot of my heirloom roses behind me here. They're really cool, different varieties, and they look pretty haggard looking in the winter time when I got them, but I only paid $3 for these beautiful roses, and I trimmed them down and I fertilized them, and they're just full of abundant life, and they're really beautiful varieties that you don't see very often. So don't forget, when you're out going to these garage sales and stuff, keep an open mind and look all around you for different thrift opportunities. All right, I'm ending this video, but I feel like I missed some things. So please comment below if you can think of other things that people should be thrifting right now, or at least things that you're looking for yourself, for your own home. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.